You got to do an inventory of the stories you tell, because we tell stories sometimes and we forget where we heard them, and they're true, but they're probably not true.
There's like a guy in my neighborhood, we call him Showtime, and he tells fucking wild stories. And like, and then I was telling this story once to my dad, and this guy was telling the story in the neighborhood for 10 years, and I'm like, Showtime said one time he punched a hole in a wall, and behind the wall he had a fucking Mickey Mantle rookie card, and he pulled it out. He has a Mickey Mantle rookie card, and my dad was like, that's not true. It was like, no, it is.
$1 million,
He punched a hole in the wall, and there was a Mickey Mantle rookie card behind it, and he's like, no, it's not true, Chris. And I'm like, I thought it was.
Yeah, I know.
Such a great example.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, what?
But do you ever think of stories your dad told you? I think the stories my dad told me when I was younger, and now I'm older, I'm like, oh, he was full of shit. That never happened.
Yeah.
There's stories my dad told me that were definitely 100%. Lies, but then my mother does not lie. And some of the stories she tells me about my dad, I'm like, what? Because my dad was nuts. He was like a criminal.
Is he alive?
He's alive. He's alive, but he was like a fucking. My dad. Here's the kind of guy my dad is. Old school guy. Like Bronx guy, organized crime type shit. In and out of jail when I was a kid. And he's 75 years old now. He's a diabetic. He almost died actually the day after Christmas. This guy ate half a tray of lasagna, like 4 cannolis,
I love it.
3 cups of coffee, penny vodka, and then I'm just watching me. But then I'm like, I got to step in. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? He goes, I didn't know I had a gay son. And I'm like, okay,
dude, but also, let him do his thing, bro. Let him do his thing, though. You know.
And then fucking 3 hours later, we're in the ER with him, and he's gurgling. I'm like, hey, who sounds gay now? You fucking gargling.
That's true. Is that
congestive heart failure? Yeah, I swear to God. But my dad he used to tell me stories. I'm like, no way. But there's one story. And my mom confirmed it. So when my dad is not a great looking guy. I mean, Giannis, he looks like Barney Rubble.
Yeah.
So, and my mother's a beautiful woman. She went to an Ivy League school, and, they met at a walkathon, and my mom was walking the walkathon, raising money for like a great cause, and my dad was doing community service on the side of the walkathon, prison work release, and they wanted to, she wanted to have like a fling with the bad boy, and they had me. So my mom's kind of stuck with this guy now, and they were at Central Park. My mother was 21 years old when she had me. So they were at Central Park.
How old was your dad?
My mother was 21 when she had me. My dad was 38. So my dad, he's an older kid now, my dad. Yeah. So they were laying down in Central Park, and my mom was like 7 months pregnant, and she had like a blanket over her, and my dad, in the middle of the fucking day, gets up to take a piss behind a tree in the middle of Central Park. So my mom's just sitting there like reading a book, and Dan Aykroyd was rollerblading by or roller skating by, and he started hitting on my mother, and my dad chased Dan Aykroyd like down a lane at Central Park with a fucking twig, with his piss dick.
It's the height of fame, Dan Aykroyd.
The height of fame. And then my mom was like, no, that's true.
Brothers.
I was like, what?
Holy shit, and it's true.
Yeah.
This guy.
So did your dad catch him and beat the shit out of him?
No. He skated away like a conehead.
In Florida.
I'm sitting at the game. We're in the upper deck, which I'm fine with those seats. But my dad's like, Dwight Gooden, it's 7th inning, no hits. My dad's like, this guy's pitching a no. I kept saying, Dwight's pitching a no. He kept saying, Dwight, guy's pitching a fucking no. And then so he's like, we got to get better seats. And I was like, yeah, but it's fine. Oh, and by the way, that day of Dwight Gooden's no-hitter was a Monday. I had a science project due the next day, and my mother had said, told my father specifically, leave after the 4th inning. He needs to be home. We have to wake him up at 7 a.m. He needs to finish this science project. The 4th inning, Tony, I'm serious. Now, keep in mind, it's 1996, no cell phones. My mother's like, yeah, and my dad's like, yeah, the 4th inning, I got it. Don't worry, babe. He called my mom babe. It's like, they've been divorced 30 years, but he still calls her babe. She's like, this is offensive. So so he's like, no problem, babe. I'll have him back, Toots. I'll see, we're going to cook dinner. She's like, we've been divorced for 20 years. He just doesn't get it. So he still thinks they're happily married. I'm like, you live in a bathtub. So he goes, so my dad, so we're at the Yankee game. Now it's the 7th inning. It's fucking way past the 4th inning. I see the time like, Dad, Mom said to go home. He goes, listen, Dwight's pitching a no, so she'll understand.
A no.
Yeah.
She'll
I'm like, well, she'll understand. She doesn't know what baseball even is. She's going to know what a no is. So my dad goes, all right, listen. He goes, it's coming up on the 8th inning. He goes, we got to get you behind home plate. I got to get you behind home plate. I said, yeah, but Dad, I don't care. He goes, no, he's pitching a no, we're going to go. He goes, you got to listen to me, do everything I tell you to do. This is all fucking, like, in slow motion, I remember this day in my life. So we get down to the security guard behind home plate, and my dad sees 2 or 3 open seats right behind home plate, right in the old Yankee Stadium. And he says to the security guard, he goes, listen, he goes, it's Dwight's pitching a no. He goes, me and my kid, first time I've ever taken him to the Yankee Stadium. That was like my 12th game that season. He was like, it's the first time I've ever taken him to the fucking Yankee Stadium. It's a big moment for my kid. Dwight's pitching no. There's 2 seats. Come on, let me just, and he's, taking out cash. My dad always takes out cash. What do I need, greasing people. And the guy goes, no. he can't sit down there. I'm sorry, you're going to have to watch from here. And then my dad takes a breath. He goes, all right. He goes, but my son's got special needs. I swear to God. And then I looked up at him and I was like, what? Special needs. And then I was just sitting there with my mouth open, kind of with a half smile. And then the security guard gives me a noogie and goes, have a good time, kid. And then I literally was like, what gave me a complex because I'm like, I know I have a weird mushroom haircut from Supercuts, but I don't think I look like I fucking have special needs. But I sat there. I swear to God, sitting there.
It ruined your day.
And then this is where the story gets unbelievable. But I swear to God, this is fucking true. The row in front of where me and my dad are sitting. Now it's the ninth inning. Dwight's 2 outs away from the no hitter, which he eventually gets.
Deal.
Big deal. I notice it's fucking. I'm 12 years old. Height of the WWF, big wrestling fan. Mr. Perfect is at one row in front of us. Mr. fucking Perfect, the wrestler. Every kid's favorite wrestler at that time. I'm like, Dad, that's Mr. Perfect. And he goes, who's that? And I go, he's a wrestler. And he goes, yeah. I go, it's fucking great. And he goes, and he just starts yelling. He drops the mystery. He goes, yo, Perfect. Perfect. He goes, give my son an autograph. What about getting my kid an autograph? Dwight's pitching it, no. And then Mr. Perfect, I swear to God, turns around and he goes, no. I swear to God, He goes, no. He was just, and he had everyone, he was drinking and, whatever. And then my dad goes, my son's got special needs. I swear to God. And then I still, to this day, in my mother's room, have a Yankees ticket signed half-assed by Mr. Perfect. And then we get back, and it was the same story with my father as it fucking always is. We're a block away from my mother's house. It's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm supposed to be home by 8. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. My dad goes, don't tell your mother what happened. Just don't tell your mother what happened. Tell her there was a train delay. A fucking train delay. So literally, I
love your father.
Dude,
what a great fucking dad.
Yeah, we ring.
What a great dad.
Great dad. And then my dad, it's so funny because it's 2 a.m. and my dad used to sleep in the basement because he had to go all the way back to Staten Island. And then it was 2 o'clock in the morning and my dad starts walking in to go to the basement. And my mother goes, Tony, get the fuck out of my house. And he had to take the ferry and 3 trains all the way back to his house on Staten Island.
What a beautiful
at 2 a.m. And then
what a great memory.
What a great memory.
Besides you being special.
Yeah, being special. And then I failed. I didn't, I got a D on that science project because I just couldn't do it.
Worth it.
Worth it.
What a fucking man.
No-hitter.
You're
gonna think my favorite story on Fire and the Kid.
I agree. Chrissy quarantine. I'm cooped up, Chrissy. I've just had enough of this shit already.
Hey, can you still order delicious New York food, or are they shut down too?
No, absolutely. You can order delicious food, and then they just can't come within 6 feet of your door. So I got a little rake hook, and then they call me when they're outside, and I tell them to put the food on the rake. And then I take it in, and then if they give me any lip, I fucking take their legs out with the rake, and I tell them to get the fuck off my property.
That's crazy.
Great Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. And Sherrod had given Opie edibles in a chocolate bar, right? And I had never taken edibles before. I'm not a drug guy. I don't know. Opie just gives me the chocolate bar. I didn't know you're supposed to take half of the square of the chocolate bar. Okay? So and I love sweets. I mean, I got high cholesterol. My cholesterol was 250 at the time.
Yeah, I have sweet tea.
So I love sweets. So I literally, we're on the train going to the Islanders game, New York Islanders game. And Opie just gives me the chocolate bar and just starts looking at his phone. So I didn't know you're supposed to take half of square. I ate the entire chocolate bar. Just to the head, Sherrod Smalls weed, chocolate potent.
Oh my God.
Bar, okay? I forget that it even happened because Opie was not doing the weed. So Opie, he just gave me the chocolate bar, didn't even think about it. I just fucking crushed this thing, right? Having a good time. All of a sudden, we're at the Islanders game. First period, buzzer goes off. I thought somebody threw a spear from the top of the Jumbotron through the right side of my head, cutting off the left side of my body. I pop up out of the seat. I go, I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke. So I'm yelling that I'm having a stroke, right? I forgot that I was even on edibles. I'm convinced I'm having a fucking stroke.
Yeah.
So I go up the stairs and I'm just walking around. I'm like, I'm having a stroke, Opie. I'm having a stroke. He's like, you're not having a stroke. I'm like, dude, I'm having a fucking stroke. The left side of my arm doesn't work. And I'm like flinging my arm and it's not working. So then I'm like, I have to go.
So terrifying.
Dude, so I'm in a packed Islanders game, and this is New York City. I'm a big Islanders fan. Opie's a big Islanders fan, so people know who we are. Of course, they know Opie, and they're like, so they'll stop and see Opie, and they're like, oh, that guy's always on his show. So they're talking to me, and I'm trying to have these... Dude, the actual, just as luck would have it, the Islanders broadcast team interviewed at Opie and brought me on the interview. And I cursed on fucking SNY.
What'd you say?
I yelled "fuck the Rangers" because they were playing the Rangers. So they were like, boop, camera down, see ya, So I had gotten tickets. I had gotten tickets from the Islanders. The Ticket Connect was mine from the Islanders. So they found out that I yelled "fuck the Rangers," lose the tickets. I leave Barclays Center. I walk up to a police officer who's in full SWAT riot gear because, it's New York City. These guys have real jobs to do, this terrorist activity. I walk up to him. I said, "Officer, I'm going to be 100% honest with you right now. I've ingested drugs." And he goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, I said, "I'm having a stroke." What a pussy. And he goes, "Okay, what kind of drugs did you ingest?" I said, I can't tell you the type of marijuana strain that I've ingested, but I have consumed an illegal amount of drugs. I was trying to use all these professional words. Dude, he started laughing at me so hard, I thought he was going to shoot his gun in the air. So he goes, I swear to God, he goes, "Kid, get the fuck out of here." That's what he says to me, like in a movie. And I was like, So he goes, "Kid, get the fuck out of here." So I get in a cab. It's on 4th Avenue and 8th Street. I get in a cab. I'm like, "Take me to where I live, 4th Avenue and 93rd Street." So by the way, it was freezing. It was January, but I had my jacket on. I was so fucking hot. I asked this cab driver to open up all the windows. This guy opened up all the windows, and he was like shivering and freezing. And I was like, "Guy, I'm sorry. I'm having a fucking stroke right now. I'm on drugs. You got to keep these windows down." And he was like, "I'm so cold. I'm so cold." I was like, "If you could show me a valid U.S. passport, I'll put the windows up." Obviously, he couldn't. He's a cab driver. He said, "They're staying down, fucking Vitru." So
Vitru.
I don't know.
That was his name. That's a bad pronunciation.
I don't know, dude. I was high.
All right. Fuck, man.
So literally, dude, it's 4th Avenue and
make a
93rd
t-shirt.
Street. The cab driver stopped at a light at 4th Avenue and 63rd Street. I look out, I'm like, "I'm home." I open the door, and he's like, I thought I was on 93rd Street, but the 6 and the 9 were, reversed in my head. Bro, I'm fucking sweating. It's like 8 degrees out. I throw my jacket, like a $400 North Face jacket, in a public garbage can in New York City. Just bang!
Christ.
Right in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I start sprinting home. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I didn't live with my kid's mom at the time. I go to my kid's mom's house. It's 10 o'clock at night. I ring the bell.
Oh,
dude,
no.
I ring the bell. She goes, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm having a stroke." And she was like, "Chris, you're not having a stroke." I said, "I'm having a stroke. I've ingested drugs." So she goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "All right, come in." So she goes, "You have to take a shower." She knew she used to use drugs when she was a kid. She's like, "You have to take a shower." She was like, "You have to take a shower and drink milk." I know. She goes, "Take a shower and drink milk."
If you had ecstasy and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I take a shower. I fucking start drinking this milk, and then I take a shower. I take a shower with my shoes and socks on. So that means I got completely butt naked, and I put my socks and my shoes back on, and I step in her shower.
I haven't heard this story. I haven't heard this story.
Like a black guy who does porn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta get the grip.
Yeah, gotta get the grip.
Gotta
So
lay it
I'm
home.
literally taking a shower with my fucking shoes and socks on, and then it's like it's getting bad, and then out of nowhere, just bang, I start hysterical laughing. Just hysterical laughing, having the fucking best time, and then it was going back in waves. Hysterical laughing, terrified. Hysterical laughing, terrified. I slept on the floor in my, at that time, 2-year-old daughter's room. All true. I sleep on the floor with her. She's got a stuffed animal, Piggy. She fucking loves this animal, Piggy. At some point in the night, I take Piggy off her bed, sleeping on the floor. I wake up, Piggy's mouth on my taint. I said, yes. Literally, and I was sleeping butt naked.
Piggy.
I slept butt naked on my 2-year-old daughter's bedroom floor. I'm sleeping butt naked. So think about what she has to wake up to.
Yeah.
2 years old, her father, who doesn't live in the house anymore, is naked with her favorite stuffed animal
Eating her dad's
in between
ass.
my balls and asshole. And then I woke up. My kid's mom woke me up, and she saw what was happening because she was the one who woke me up. She was like, "Chris, get out." And then she sees the whole thing, and she's like, "This is why we can't be together."
I was gonna say when I asked you why you broke up.
Yeah.
Why we can't be
This is
together.
why you can't do it.
That's the worst, dude.
Dude, edibles, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm staring right at Brendan's. I mean, he's got nice tight jeans on, and he's got just nice fucking thigh lips.
Well, you know what it is, dude. He bikes. He's a serious
Yeah.
mountain biker now. He bikes all the time.
And Brian, you look like a Sphinx cat. I like you.
Thanks, buddy. I'm leaning up, and I've been working out. I appreciate that, pal.
Did you say Honey Bobbles?
No, don't call me that. No, don't call me Honey Bobbles, though. Don't call me that. And I'm a grown man. I'm not comfortable with Honey Bobbles. Now,
What about tortellini tush? You like that?
I don't like tortellini tush either.
Tortellini tush?
No, I don't like these things. You have to call me Brian.
Why, dude? I like you. Got a nice little shaved head. I mean, you look good, baby. You got a nice little pump.
Yeah, I got a pump. I do all right. I mean, I train. No days off. You know what I'm saying? No days off.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what'd you say, chicken?
No. See, you can't call me a chicken. See, now you're objectifying me, and it's sexual in nature right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect. Hey.